Hello everyone, welcome to the eldest daughter's perspective. I hope you're well because I am fine on my end. First of all, I would like to extend my appreciation to parents who have just taken their children back to school. Parents and the deputy parents are the real eldest siblings. Today, sons, I have not forgotten about you. I know you have played or still are playing a very important role in the lives of these children. I have moved around. Well, maybe I didn't tell you. This shoot is being done from Lira City, Uganda, which is Jinad Comfort, located at Lira City around Adiel, not far from Lestina. Well, today we are here to discuss a very important matter. And parents, please come close, and elder siblings. There are a few things that might seem normal to us, but of late I have been thinking about it, and I have thought of sharing this thought with you. We can think through them together along as we do this. This is matters or an issue containing boundaries. Boundaries which we are the ones pushing down on the side of our siblings as eldest daughters and sons, or children on the side of the parents. You know, there are people that are close to us in this life as friends, some of whom we have even begun calling them family. Yes, I do not want to put aside the fact that they are genuinely good people to us. There are times they have come through for us and they still continue to do so. Well, that does not make them good, like all the time and in all their sides. I want us to know that there are other bits about these people that we completely don't know, right? Maybe to bring this clearer to us, do we understand that people would do these bad things, like to children, not only children, like to our children, our siblings, say cases of rape, cases of defilement, are also our relatives, right? They may not be our very own relatives, but they are someone else's or some people's relatives. They are other people's parents, sisters, and brothers, right? So, get closer. Dear parents, the fact that you have friends who are so close to you, who do really good things to you, does not throw down their other bits, their other bad parts. So I want us to understand and consider that our children are not mature enough to get to think through and also protect themselves from these people, right? We might be there telling them so and so is your uncle. Well, we understand they are not even their uncles, right? But the fact that they are good to you doesn't mean that we have to push down boundaries for our children, for our siblings, to also welcome them and start trusting them too much like we do, okay? They are not very built enough, they are not mature enough to protect themselves from the bad things that these people might impose on them, right? Okay, here are a few things that I would want us to understand. A few disadvantages of us pushing down the boundaries for our children and siblings around strangers. One of them is that we might weaken their ability to develop themselves at a personal level to make decisions on their own, because we are overly pushing them to suit our own interests and also the interests of the strangers. Okay? Shall we get to understand and give them room to decide for themselves as of who they will get close to and who they shouldn't get close to? Another thing is that this might cause resentment to us as siblings or parents, because we are getting too much into their lives and getting them to think that we want them to do only that which might please us, but they may not like, okay? And they may not be even comfortable with these people that we are trying to introduce them to. Another thing is that this might expose them to emotional damage, okay? Because they are trying so hard to get attached to these people, not because they want, but because we want them to do, which might not be a good thing still, okay? Might lead them into depression, anxiety, and things like that. I hope we will get to care enough to consider, or even if possible, to get to have one-on-one talks with our children, okay? And getting to hear them, their honest opinions about the kind of things that we are trying to impose on them. Let's also look at it in this way, that even the people we meet out there as friends, we may not be sharing the same kind of values and norms, okay? So we might introduce our children to these people, and at the end of the day, they end up adopting some kind of practices which may not be so good and pleasant in the society. Let's get to think about it and not be very selfish to just indulge them into relationships that might end up impacting them negatively. I hope we are still together. And dear parents, there is also something that I would want us to think about, parents and eldest siblings. I know that some of us like so much to be the ones in charge and the ones in control, right? But do we also get to think about it that there are things that our kind of being so tough may hinder our siblings and children from telling us, but they might be so free with strangers, and they get to share with them these very sensitive things. And yet some of them, if at all you get to meet someone who does not like you, do you know they can get to encourage your child to carry on with those bad things that we may not want them to even learn of, okay? Shall we try to push down our guards and get to have honest conversations with our siblings and children, so that if at all some of the things that are unpleasant get to come out of their mouth, that might be the point for us now to get to have the very honest conversations and guide them on what exactly is right for them. Thank you so very much for giving us your time and for listening in. I do hope that we shall pick a thing or two from this conversation. Let us also know what you think, your views about some of these things that we have discussed today down in the comment section. Do not also forget to subscribe, like, and share to as many people as possible. And to the ones who may have encountered a few of these things, I want us to, first of all, sorry for the things that you may have encountered, because someone else so close to you got to introduce you to someone or a people who were not having good intentions towards you. They may not have thought about it. That was not their intentions. Today, I apologize on their behalf. But shall we now help and carry on and do the right thing for the people in our lives, as siblings, as children, or even any other relatives? Because we might be the only ones whose minds are open about this matter. I think it will be a good thing, and somehow we will be guarding our close people or even friends. Shall we have these conversations at our place of work with friends so that we can help to protect our children from the predators of this life? We totally understand they exist around us. Thank you so very much, and we hope to hear from you in the comment section. Thank you so very much, and once again, keep here on the Eldest Daughter's Perspective for very many other episodes we will still have here. Let's keep the session interactive. Engage with us in the comment section as much as you can. Thank you, and bye-bye.